Alright, all you YouTubers, Rickety Bones coming at you live in this great big world of sound, Tucson, Arizona. You're looking at the front end of a 2006 Chevy diesel pickup truck. I'm going to show you a little trick on how to improve your cooling efficiency to get cooler air conditioning inside the cab. We live here in Tucson, Arizona. It's normally up around 105 degrees in the summertime. So as you can see on this condenser, this is the condenser, this part. It condenses hot gas into a hot liquid. You can see that it's not quite as big enough, or it's designed to be that way, but you can order this condenser online. If you order the ambulance version, it comes all the way to the edge. All the way to the edge. You can also see that there's a big gap between the condenser and the turbocharger radiator. When we're done and we put this new one in here, we're going to fill this area up with a little foam strip all the way around. And we're also going to put a fan right inside of that hood loop right there to force air through that condenser. That's one of the keys to getting maximum cooling, is forcing that air through that condenser. Our normal street temperatures here in Tucson, up around 125 degrees air going through that. So that's one of the reasons our air conditioners don't work too good. In cars out here, the sun hits that pavement heats up, gives off a lot of radiant heat, and it just doesn't work. So we have to make this part bigger and more efficient. Next video will show that. I'll see you now. Bye. Bye, bye, bye. Hey guys, I just wanted to talk to you really fast about orifice tubes. I just picked this kit up offline. I think it was acsource.com. They make these orifice tubes for different cars, different engines, Fords, Jeeps, Chevys, different ones. Here's what a couple of them look like. I wanted to point out one thing. These little tabs right here are kind of guides that let this white plastic piece slide into the tubing, the high side tubing where this belongs. I wanted to put one of these Fords in, but I couldn't because of these little plastic tabs right here. So what I did is I took and kind of shaved them off. That allowed me to push this particular orifice tube into the Chevrolet style air conditioning system. So you're probably asking, why would I want to do that? You can see here that these have different orifice tube sizes. I play with butane and propane refrigerants. Butane is R600, propane is R290. Those are illegal and not listed as refrigerants for general public. But as you all know, any gas that when compressed turns into a liquid is a refrigerant. So having a little butane or propane in the front of the car, in my opinion, is not dangerous. It's no more dangerous than the 30 or 40 gallons of gasoline you're sitting on. If you treat it with respect, handle it properly, it's very safe. Clearly, if you got into a crash and something was to damage the AC line, that would be venting out, and again, it is flammable, so something to watch out for. So that's kind of how you can use a different style orifice tube in your Chevrolet. And again, when you play with different refrigerants and you're trying different things, sometimes you need different size orifice tubes to allow a higher or lower amount of flow of refrigerant. This last little guy down here is kind of interesting. This is called a Smart VOV, or Smart Victor Ocean Victor VOV. They're about $10 online, but it is a automatic metering device. So again, high pressure over here, low pressure over here. When you stop in traffic, sitting there waiting for the light to turn, under hood temperatures get really hot, no airflow through the front of the car, those high side pressures really can get up really high. Your air conditioning basically stops working at that point in time. What this valve does is it has a variable valve in it. So as those pressures go up, you can see that little brass ferrule right there. That actually goes in and opens up the valve, making it larger, allowing for more refrigerant to flow through the system. That does two things. It lowers the head pressure, or the high pressure side, and it provides more refrigerant to keep you cool inside of your car. Pretty ingenious little thing. I haven't played with any of these things yet with the R290 or R600, so I can't attest to how they work. Right now I'm just kind of playing with these, but I just wanted to kind of show you that really fast. Rickety Bones in this great big world of sound saying, I'll see you now, bye. Bye, bye, bye. Okay, boys and girls, Rickety Bones back at you. Got the ambulance condenser installed, and you can see that that's a lot smaller gap there. We've got the styrofoam put in all the way ground, closing up these gaps, and on the bottom there's an electric fan in the middle. I had to modify the hood latch to allow that fan to go up that hot, cover the whole entire condenser on the top and bottom. So I got 100% coverage on that fan right there. Got to cut those little plastic things off still, but I wanted to show you this part. Here is the hood latch that I had to modify. You can see it's kind of hacked up. This is kind of ugly. This is just my test fitter, but it works. I'll show you after that's all put in and everything. So as you can see, you've got to take all the front end apart, the plastic parts that hold the headlights in and all that, to be able to work this correctly. So we'll show you what it does when we're all finished. Rickety Bones in this great big world of sound. I'm gonna get my hat and scat. I'll see you now. Bye. Bye, bye, bye. So we just got done working on the AC system, and it's so cold that it is freezing the water in the air. Driving about 35 miles an hour right now, and you can see that the fog coming out of the vent there only shows 39 degrees coming out of the vent, but pretty cold.